Alright, so sanitise the bench is always the first thing that we do. And I'll ask you why. And hands up, tell me why we sanitise. To kill bacteria. We're not going to kill all of the bacteria, okay? But we are going to reduce it to an amount that's safe. Yeah. If we clean the bench with hot soapy water, are we going to kill bacteria? Hot soapy water, cleaning, will we kill bacteria?
Yeah.
Will we kill bacteria by hot soapy water? No. Cleaning, and you'll need to know this when you do food tech next year if you are, and hospitality. Cleaning removes the physical dirt. Sanitising reduces or kills the amount of bacteria. Yeah. So that's the difference between the two. Okay, bench sanitised, board is secure. What's the first thing we need to do, Emma? Can you read out the recipe, please? I'm not going to flatten the steaks, alright? So cross that bit out. I don't want to ruin those. Alright, they're beautiful things. I'm going to cook them and slice them. Cook them, rest them, slice them. Hopefully, yeah, we've got salt for seasoning. So mise en place, we've got our tray there. We've got mushrooms, and we're going to slice them. How do we want to slice them, do you think? How do we want to slice them? All right. I need a brush. All right, good. Sorry for delay. That is probably an area of the video you need to fast forward. All right, mushrooms. We're going to cook them a certain way, but instead of cleaning them under water, we brush them, yeah? Alright? So off the bench, give them a brush. Why do I not wash them under a tap? Pardon? Pardon? But I can't hear what you're saying, that's all.
Makes them waterable.
Well, they're like a sponge, so they soak up the water, yeah. So you don't want to do that. They're not particularly dirty, these, so that's good. Brush the mushrooms, give your bench a clean for the dirt. And then we cut them, put them on a flat edge. Nice and thick. Why are we cutting them so thick? Because they'll shrink. There's moisture in them that when they heat up and cook, comes out and just leaves behind the vegetable, which is good. And what's the cooking method for these? Does it say in there? Should do. Saute. What does that mean? Well, we need to look at them. They're brown. When they're brown, they're finished, but saute means to move quickly, so we'll demonstrate that as well. Next vegetable. Tomato. Okay? So we've got the core in there. I did have a paring knife in there. We can just slice off the core because we don't want to eat that. Is this going in the dish raw, or are we going to grill them? Raw. So if they're going in raw, that will determine how big I cut them. So about 5 mil. All right, if we can eat those raw, it's not too big. Beautiful, and that size is a good one. Unless you don't like tomatoes. Who doesn't like tomatoes? Can you tell me why? Prefer not to, but you could if you wanted to. Sour? Which tomatoes have you been eating? unripened ones probably, right? Tomatoes are sweet. Particularly the more ripe they are. Alright, onions, is it? Are they being cooked or are they raw? So they've been sautéed with the steak. Alright. So why do you think I'm asking that question? Why do you think I'm asking if they're being cooked or not? Pardon? Speak, mate. I can't hear you. Get your hand over your mouth. What?
Because you can eat onions raw.
You can eat onions raw. Red onions more likely. Alright? But it's going to depend on what size I cook them. If we're going to eat these raw, are they going to be fat or thin? Thin. Why? So it's more palatable. It's easier to chew and easier to eat. If I'm going to cook them, why am I going to make them bigger? Yep, and they'll get a little bit smaller, but they'll become tender because of the cooking and easier to eat anyway. Yep. Good. Keep your bench clean, put your knife down. I obviously don't want you doing this. I say it every week to you, George, don't I? Yeah, mate, yeah. Because it's not safe, is it, mate? How are we cutting these then? Slicing, I reckon. I'm not going to dice them because they'll be too small. Again, 5mm is a good size. And then onto your mise en place tray. Beautiful. Any onion skin, get it off. 5mm. Too easy. Next thing, Emma, please. Spray a non-stick pan with oil and what's going in? What's going in it? The beef? So make sure you get your ingredient list as well, please. Do that there and that there. All right. Good. Alright, so a bit of oil in there. And this is for the mushrooms and the onions, correct?
Yeah.
Alright, well, let's bring this over here. Too easy, I need a head cam, eh? All good. Alright, so we saute these. To saute means to move quickly. In French, do you speak French, Philip? Saute means what? Move around quickly, we'll say that. Good. So we jump them in the pan and season them. You do need to leave them still for a while because when you're jumping them around or you're moving them, the pan's cooling down. Alright, and they won't colour if you do that. So let's demonstrate sauteing. You need to get your pan hot. The last thing you want to do is put ingredients into a cold pan. Why? Pardon? It'll soak up the oil. What else? They're just going to stick. Just going to stick. Pardon? Can't hear you, man. Still don't know what you're saying. Alright, so basically metal, when it's cold, has got very small holes in it, okay? When you heat it up, the metal expands and those holes get covered up, essentially. So while it's cold, the food will stick inside the holes. As soon as you heat it up, there's no more holes for the food to stick in, as well as the oil. Which helps a little bit. Perfect. Alright. So that's been on there for a couple of minutes, right? In with mushrooms. You can see that they're moving, which means they haven't stuck. Yeah, I'll get around to that, yeah. Alright, so, there we go. Bit of salt. You need a little bit of salt in your diet, but not excessive salt, okay? I'm not encouraging salt with everything, but you do need to use salt to season the food and bring out the moisture, okay? And this is to saute. jump them around. Okay? Leave them like that, that's frying. And you turn them once, but you wouldn't do that with these vegetables. This is to saute. And they're going to be a while. So what I'm going to do is start to heat the pan for a steak. Now, if you're going to put ingredients in here, where do we put the oil? Pardon? On the ingredients, alright? Because you could do vegetables on the grill pan. Okay? That's why you need things clean, because if something sticks to it, it will burn when you cook it. Okay? The reason, so they're cooking nicely, can you smell it? And nothing's burning either. If you look inside that pan, everything's nice and brown, which is good. Okay? So, if you're using a grill pan, you oil the ingredients so the oil doesn't sit in the grooves. If it sits in the grooves, it smokes and it doesn't do a good job. So if you let that saute, keep moving it every now and again, and then we'll move over to the grill pan. Alright, so we don't put oil in here because of the grooves, good. And the reason, going back to salt, if I don't put salt on the beef, it's not going to colour as easily, right? Because when the salt goes on, denatures the protein, out comes the juice from the protein, and caramelises on the surface. If you don't use salt, it doesn't happen as well or as quick. So I'm not saying to you, cook your food and then chuck loads of salt over it at the end of your eat. I'm not saying that. I'm saying use salt to season your food whilst cooking. Alright? And you can turn that down once you've got a little bit of colour. This you're going to need heaps of heat on there. Bit of salt on there. You do need the salt, there's not a lot. I haven't put heat on there. It will help with the colouring. Once you start to see the colour on these, just reduce the heat and let those stew down. Beautiful. We've got to get plenty of heat into this pan to get the colour on it. Right? And you will see the beef change colour, which gives you an indication of how well it's cooked through. Right? Beautiful. Any questions? Are there any questions on your recipe you need to answer? Any? None at the bottom? Pardon? 6 different breads, name them. Can we do that? What have we got in front of us here? Ciabatta, yeah. That's one. Who? Turkish bread. Brioche, beautiful bread with a burger. Sweet bread, yeah. Sourdough, legend, George. That's 4. Lebanese bread, go on Turkey boy. Hey, one more. Come on Ryan, give us an Indian one, big fella. Of bacon.
I'm not Indian.
What? Who?
I'm not Indian.
Naan bread, good on you. Liv, you got one?
Oh, I was going to say like pita bread.
Pita bread, that's 7. Goodness me, let's keep going, shall we? Caitlin? Rye bread, love it. Alright, we're just about getting hot on there. Alright, listen to this as the steaks go on. Beautiful, eh? Can you hear that? That's a beautiful sound. And again. Now, it's better, funnily enough, if you put those on at room temperature, because they'll cook through quicker. They're quite cold, so you've got to manage that, alright? But don't worry, they'll be sweet. Can you see that cooking? Now don't turn and turn and turn, you only turn it once. All good. Smells good, eh? Why do we need to rest meat after it's cooking? Why are we going to rest it? Yeah, let the moisture go back in. Because as we're cooking it now, the moisture's travelling up, away from the heat. When we turn it over, it travels up again. Which means you've got your piece of meat with moisture on the bottom, moisture on the top, dry in the middle. Because the heat's pushing it out, okay? When we rest it, that moisture starts to come back into the beef and the protein. And you'll see when we rest it a pool of blood essentially, which is good because we don't want the pool of blood to come out in the sandwich. So we need to rest it. Can you see it cooking? Can you see the changing colour? Yeah? We'll turn these back up again in a sec. Did everybody get those? Did everybody get the breads? Yep. Everything you do before. Alright, we're going to use some aluminium foil. Whether you do this on the day or not, I don't know. But watch the video and cook steak like this at home if you want to. Alright? So, we're nearly halfway. Look at those lines. Beautiful, eh? You can see how much is coloured. Now that changing colour is cooked. Above that will still have denatured slightly and will be pink. Alright, so it's good. That's about halfway. We're only going to go 1 more minute here and then we're going to take it off the heat with this over the top to rest it. Okay? We might not even go a minute because that's cooking beautiful. Very important, whatever meat you cook or whatever protein you cook, you rest it. Even fish a little bit, yeah? Beautiful. Who's cooked steak like this before? Apart from me. Alright, good. On the barbie? With the shrimps? Beautiful. Alright, we can turn that off if you like. Turn it off. Sorry? Yeah, be careful, mate. You have to speak up. Leave it like that, alright? You can weigh it down at the sides if you want to. Boom. Only another minute resting, okay? What's next, Emma? Toast bread until golden brown on both sides. That's the main part of the cooking.